there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Chuckle Slots, episode 25, the number one place on the internet where you come for the sluts, stay for the chuckles. I'm probably naked from the waist down. You'll never know it. My name is Samuel Locke.
I'm Shannon Brunetti.
I am Zach Klepperidge.
I'm Freckled Hobo.
Yes. Welcome, Freckled Hobo. So good to have you as one of our awesome cast members in the hizzle.
She's also rocking BB the Ewok right now.
That is right.
It's Bebe.
Bebe the Ewok.
And it is a very special episode. This is May the 4th that we are recording this. Thus, May the 4th be with you, and with you, and with you.
Not with me, also with you.
And also with you. With that
I said that to someone today, and they didn't understand that joke. And I was like, come on, that's a funny joke, right?
It's the best joke.
You don't know.
So we're going to jump into our first thingy of the day, which is the World Doe. And we're gonna have Shannon start with some petty shit.
Oh yes, I do love a good petty shit, and especially on the international proportions that this one was. There was a Belgian farmer, albeit this article says this farmer accidentally moves the Belgian-French border, but I will tell you that man knew exactly what he was doing. He said, "Vive la Belgium," and moved that fucking thing into the forest about 7 feet into France. He didn't want it in his crop field anymore. There was this stone marker, like pretty old, and it was found in the forest when a local historian in France was walking around. They're like, why is the border all the way over here when it should be in that field over there? Everyone's having a big laugh about it, and the old curmudgeon farmer has decided to put the stone back. If he hadn't, he might have caused an international incident, but that is the level of petty and annoyed that I will always want to be, especially when I'm his age, you know.
Well, it's like my question is who would even initially notice that in the first place?
It's that little narc, the historian.
A little narc.
Yeah, the little narctographer.
I just imagine it's a dude with glasses like, actually.
Exactly. Where he's like, "Professor, wasn't the assignment due today?"
Shut up, nerd.
It would be nice to see that like taken ad absurdum. Like if that really did cause like an international incident and like that farmer, no one ever knew the farmer did it. And suddenly France was just like, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. And like, they think Belgium's like trying to steal their land, and it creates an actual war. And then in 100 years, we have to teach children that because some farmer moved a rock, there was like thousands of people died. That is like a beautiful parody movie about international relations.
Well, France just got a free rock, though. I don't see what the problem would have been.
There's actually a really dope story very similar to this. I think it's Canada and Denmark or Canada and Greenland, one of the two. They have an island each year that they go out, they plant their flag with a bottle of whiskey, and they leave. And then Canada comes over, takes that flag off, plants theirs, puts a Canadian bottle of whiskey, and leaves. And they've been doing this for like 70 years. I love it.
That's the friendliest conquest there is.
Yeah, I mean, not all wars have to be bad. I mean, I would be like the one soldier who's like, I'll sign up for this duty. I'll shoot anyone who comes, but I'll take that whiskey while I'm at it.
You should be
Zach, what do you got in the World Doe?
Mine is just fucking silly. So I had this whole thing about how they've downloaded an earthworm's brain into an AI. But I found out that might just be like a conspiracy. I don't know what happened. So instead, I'm going to talk about the Battle of the Joshes. Josh. I can't follow Josh. Josh. In Lincoln, Nebraska. Apparently this happens like every year. People can sign up for this, and they do a giant battle of the Joshes where anyone named Josh or Joshua can go out into a field, bring a pool noodle, and beat the shit out of all the other Joshes. There can only be one Josh, he reigns supreme. Aww. And there's kind of like an unspoken rule that if you sign up for it, you're supposed to change your name after.
Wait. And this is every year? I thought it was like this was the perennial year that it was supposed to happen.
Well, yeah, next year is Evans.
Battle of the Evans. Maybe I don't know enough about it. I didn't read. I didn't
do
see.
his
I thought it
homework.
was I figured it was a yearly thing.
No,
But I don't know. This is a single time thing. There's just one battle of the
It was
judges.
one battle.
People are really fucking bored from COVID, man.
Dude, I just like I've got a lot of Joshes in my life. My brother's named Josh. One of my best friends is named Josh. Like I got like 5 Joshes in my life, and I'm like, did you go, or are you just like a no-name little bitch now?
Yeah, did you just give it up?
I love it.
Honestly, I
but
kind of
yeah.
wish my name was Josh, so I could have partaken in something as historical as this.
Well, I mean, if there was the Battle of the Zacks, it would be 7 million, like 28 to 32-year-old blonde white guys that all look like they belong on Save on the Bell, because it's like every Zach, Alex, and Tyler, we all look exactly the same, and we would all rush into a field, and we would just end up hanging out. You know?
Honestly, if I was going to see one name fight each other to the death and be super satisfied by it, it would have to be Travis. All Travis
There'd
is
be
just
grenades
need to-
involved.
Not
Oh,
Winston?
No,
Why Winston?
Because
Travis
then
is our.
Schmidt and Winston will have to fight each other for the true
That's
Winston.
a specific and topical joke.
But here's the thing: Winston's would just drink a bunch of tea and argue at each other. Travis's are like a bunch of hillbilly fighters. They will literally. Like,
That's what I was saying. Yeah, there'd be dynamite, guns, knives. They'd bring their warthogs. I don't fucking know. But there's a lot of those. Like I would do Todds just so we can weed out a bunch of Todds. Like give them all guns and just get rid of. Nobody likes a Todd. There's no good Todds.
There's no
Sorry if we have Todd followers. There's no such thing as a good Todd.
There's no such thing.
I don't know any Todds.
I don't know any Todds either.
I know a
How
couple
many,
or two.
I'm about to say, how many Todds do you know?
How many Todds do you know?
More than I need to.
Ooh.
Dang.
But with that being said, the only Travis that should be allowed to survive is Travis Barker. All the other ones could literally die by that giraffe. I don't care.
I have a
Like
friend named Travis. I don't want
he
him to
can
die.
die too.
All right. This is. I didn't mean for this to turn into threatening entire.
We're
Like it's like
literally
name aside. We're like knocking out whole subsections of America.
Is there like
you know who'd I'd get rid of? Shannon's.
Come on, get out of here, fucking miss. I'm having a crisis. Get the fuck out of
See,
here.
here's the thing.
You're fine.
The only reason Shannon is saying this so she can participate and be in the bloodshed. She don't want to die.
Yes.
She wants to murder
Yeah.
legally.
You just want to Jet Li it? You want to take all their power?
She wants to purge. She's needing a purge, and this is her opportunity.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's why I play Dead by
Absolutely fair.
Daylight all the time, and I just switched to Killer, guys. It's been great.
I just love killing.
Ooh, here I go killing
you know,
again.
women, kids. I don't care. Anybody. Rick and Morty. Come on, baby.
I've been live all day today. My brain is poofed.
Yeah, I imagine. Speaking of poofy things, the World Doe, Miss Freckle Hobo, what do you got for us?
Oh, well, when Googling what happened in the world this week, because I don't watch the news, I found an interesting story that recently, within, I think it was an 18-hour period, 148 tornadoes happened.
Damn.
That's a lot of tornadoes.
There's a lot of tornadoes. This is windy as fuck.
Ooh, buddy, someone's losing a trailer.
Hey, man,
Blast
it
in
happens
California.
I don't know which state it was, but I know it was in America. I just don't know where.
There's just further proof though that like the world's coming to an end. Like we hear about every single day. We hear there's like more hurricanes happening. The ice caps are melting. Like it's like what's the end of the world skit from back in the day? Like that's happening right now. It's
The end of the world.
end of the world.
Yeah.
Round.
I've never actually gotten to witness a tornado, and I'm mad because I was in Tennessee and Kentucky for 5 goddamn years, and not once did I see a touchdown. Not once did I see one just coming by. I always wanted to, just because I said people in California are just obsessed with like the idea of tornadoes, just because we've never.
Are they?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I was
Yes, we
born and
are.
raised here,
Really?
and I don't give a fuck about twisty little tornadoes.
Oh yeah, no, I've always. They're like how people in the Midwest are like crazy about earthquakes. We're crazy about tornadoes. I
It's
want
so
to.
weird.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, like they're awful. Like
I don't want to see
they're
that.
very dangerous. People die.
Watch Twister.
Sure.
Like there's a movie for it.
I've seen it. And it's amazing. I just want to see one in real life, just to say I've seen
wanna
a tornado.
See that in
I
real
need
life.
to.
I've
It's
seen
like
a water
saying,
spout.
I want to see a
I don't
whirlpool
like
in
it.
real life. I want to see a tide pool. I want to see one of those waves
If
called
I
the
wanted to
tsunami
see
in real life.
A sea spirit drunk off its ass, twisting around. I'd go to the
A
Gulf.
sea spirit.
I don't know. I saw a water spout one time when I was in the Gulf. I'm like, no,
Well, they're fucking intense.
Yeah.
I actually just recently got back from Tennessee on a trip, and I had forgotten. I look like such an asshole because, so in the last 2 years, Tennessee's been kind of ravaged. Like Nashville took a heavy tornado right through the middle of East Nashville, where I used to live.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and a lot of people died. Like it was really rough. And I went to go visit a friend, and I looked like such a dickhead. Like I'm from there, and it was only a few months after. So I guess this is a while back. But we were driving through East Nasty, and I was just like, "Oh my god, dude! Where's 3-car? Like they're doing so much construction. This place sucks now." And he's like, You don't know. You don't our house almost got ripped out of the fucking ground with the hand of God. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot. That's why this is all torn up. And he's like, yeah, the entirety of East Nashville was destroyed. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's like, yeah, I lost people. I was like, no, I'm going to go shoot myself.
Is Grand Central Station still there? Do you know?
That is downtown, I think. That's not East Nashville.
No, it's not, but is it still there?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
The one thing I know about is still there.
Downtown, like Broadway and that area in Nashville. I don't know. I didn't even go there when I lived there. Broadway is a nightmare. It's like the Myrtle Beach of Tennessee.
They're also, you have the location where that one bomb went off as well. Where
we went to the bomb location there, and
the Batman building, right?
No, it wasn't the Batman. It was on 2nd and Commerce. The Batman building's a little bit deeper in.
Still like an entire block of.
And I'm still deep into that conspiracy. But holy shit! Like it looks like it's like fucking Beirut, man. I did not expect the level of carnage that had happened from that bomb, and it's like 6 months later. That happened on Christmas Day, and it is still like the entire. There's like a 2-block area that has no windows. Like half the buildings are leveled. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, that's our disaster porn section today.
Yeah. Don't blow things up, stupids. All right.
And cut it out with the tornadoes, God. Come on. Don't be a dick.
Come on. Maybe that's just like, maybe he just doesn't really like Tennessee at all. Maybe it's like you're like, fuck this state up there, just destroying.
Better watch those words. You're right for the smiting.
I've been right for the smiting for like 31 years. So, and it's been happening often. I get smitten too much. So whatever.
With who? Smote.
Smote to smoten.
Is smote and smitten like this from the same word, or is smitten a full-on different?
Smitten
they're
is
smited
when
by
you're
love.
like, no, it's so white.
That's smitten with love.
But is smitten not from smite? And it's like smote, smitten, smite. It all seems like the same family of word.
Smited.
And like those smitten has now been entirely taken by like being immersed with love. Is it not from smite? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, we're gonna move it to the last thing here.
Look at the etymology of that word right now. So.
I found this this thing, and it distresses me dearly because it was such a great form of absolute pure joy and entertainment, and that's Yahoo Answers is finally closing down as of today. What ended up ultimately happening is Yahoo was sold. I think it was from AT&T to Viacom. I think it was Viacom, and Viacom's like, we're gonna go ahead and yeet this shit, and that makes me really sad because some of the best questions in the history of humankind have been attempted to be answered here, such as, is Christian Bale a Christian since his name is Christian?
Yeah, he's a God-loving bale of hay. Duh.
I've heard that man cuss a lot in person. I don't think he is.
That was the joke.
I know. I wanted to add to it.
Have you heard there's the legendary one? One of my favorite things I've ever read in my entire life was How to Finger a Girl. Have y'all heard of this legendary story?
I have not.
So this is my favorite Yahoo answer of all time. The question goes, and it was clearly from like a young person. It was like a made account, and somebody goes like, "Hey, blah, blah, I'm doing this thing. Like I have a girlfriend. Like, how do you finger a girl?" Someone goes, "Oh no, it's easy. So like you start you make out go past first base, and you slowly insert one finger, and then two, and then you really ease in your whole hand, and then your arm, and then squeeze your head in through the top, and then really you put your whole body inside her, and then you're free to control her." And that was the whole answer. And I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever read in my whole life.
Is that not how you do it?
That's exactly how you do it.
Zach loves it.
I just, there's not much to this story, but I do want to list some of the favorite questions I have that were kind of listed. Like, if I got bitten by a 6-year-old, will I turn into a 6-year-old?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
is it rude to fart when someone is crying during a family dinner?
No.
I feel like this in itself should be a segment. I just want to throw that out there. Is there a spell to become a mermaid that actually works?
Not that I found yet.
How can I poop in the litter box without getting in trouble? And what else? My brother hasn't had his first period yet. Should I be worried?
I mean, you should be worried about yourself at that point. I just like the freedom there. And I like it's not about the questions for me. It's about the uniqueness of people's answers. There's a true, like the essence of creativity in some of the way people answer these things, because there's no shame. People say the craziest things.
I mean, I feel like there's segments and sub things on like Reddit that have answers and stuff like this though.
The thing is, Yahoo Answers eventually did get passed up by like Quora and Reddit and Tumblr and a bunch of other places. So I mean, it's just it's sad to see like the pioneer of ridiculous questions and answers just kind of going by the wayside. So yeah, rip Yahoo Answers and possibly rip Yahoo. We'll see what happens when they buy it out. What are they going to do with it?
Time for me to get a new email.
Dude, I actually use it for news. I like going to Yahoo for news. I still use it surprisingly. I'm old. What can I say?
Anyway, I bought an Apple News subscription. Best decision I ever made. You can actually read all the articles on Apple News, like $10 a month, and I get everything. Anything from Newsweek, New York Times, every news article you can possibly imagine.
And then he tells me what's up.
Yeah, and then I read the news every morning for an hour, and I tell Katie the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Nice. We got Philip DeFranco right over there. Anyway, we're going to jump on into the next segment that we got going on, which is Landing Party. Now, it's Freckled Hobo. You have not done this one before, so let me clue you in on how this works. So we are a landing party. We're going to an Earth of one that I have devised of an absolute hellscape or otherwise, and you must determine which real or fictional character from any place in the universe should be on this landing party to explore this brand new realm. So for this one, this is a gravity portal planet, and the way that this works is you need to mine essentially a super valuable item here. This is why you're landing. The problem is that temporal stuff and gravity stuff are all over the place. You could literally warp into other dimensions if you're not careful, or you could literally step into a mini black hole and squish yourself as a result. With that being said, who would you want to bring on this planet to make sure that bad things don't happen to you?
This is the most intense, like scientific conundrum.
Yeah.
Can I go? Can I?
Yeah, of course. You're first.
Me. Okay. Can I pick Invincible?
From the Invincible show?
From Invincible, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
I just binged all but 2 episodes so far, and I was like, okay, I can dig it. I feel like you could save me.
It's one of the best comic books ever written. So if you haven't watched it, it's just as good.
So tell us why you want this person to deal with the temporal and gravity wells in this planet.
Well, Invincible has a lot of different kinds of powers. Not only can he fly, so it makes traveling a lot easier. I can be swooped off my feet to safety, or, for a fun time in the sack, whatever he wants to do. And then, he has the super strength. He basically can be shot by bullets and it doesn't matter. What else can he do?
He's Superman without laser eyes.
He's Superman without laser eyes. I was going to say Superman, and I was like, you know what? He's kind of old. I'd rather do Invincible
kind of like a
he's
Trump
cute.
card.
Yeah.
I just make Rick Sanchez and Superman for everything. That's a dream team. You'd never lose anything. Invincible is always a good pick, though.
Yeah.
He really is, and he's the nicest guy.
Yeah, he's stupid nice.
Yeah, he's just a little high school. He's a dorky. He's like one of us in high school. Just a little weirdo. He loves his comic books. His dad just happens to be Superman, and then he suddenly gets powers.
His dad's a dick, like the rest of us.
His dad's a fucking asshole. Oh my God, his dad's such an asshole. He's just like us. He's got daddy issues. Super nerd. He gets superpowers. Not like us, but
Yeah.
I see.
I respect that.
Who's next on our super party?
What you got? Who are you taking, Sam?
Who am I?
You don't give us any of these ahead of time. You get to hang out at all.
No, that's fine. I've actually got the perfect person for this, and not necessarily a game breaker by any means, but this is the perfect person for this planet, and that would be Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange would be absolutely perfect for this planet for two reasons. One, he's either going to see these temporal things and try and like move around them, or if someone happens to yeet themselves into one of these temporal wells, he can just kind of reverse time and bring this person back and go, hey, don't do that. But also, in terms of gravity well, yes, he could get smashed up by a black hole pretty easily, but I imagine that he could sit there and do his like thing where he's like checking all the ways to go. And, I figure he could probably at least try to traverse most of those issues as things are going along. It would take some time, for him to do that, obviously, but at least, he could keep the people relatively safe. I don't necessarily see him as a person who would fight anything, so to say, but I see him as like the most like reliable support for the landing party.
He's Sorcerer Supreme. Again, that's like Rick Sanchez. This is like, it's one of those games where it's just like, all right, cool. Like because in a world like this where it's like a hellscape, who do you want to pick? Was it like just the number one person in the whole world?
Okay, minus God tier aside, I'll take a Powerpuff Girl.
It's much harder then, isn't it?
No,
Powerpuff Girl.
I'll take a Powerpuff Girl. I will. Like that. I'll take a Powerpuff Girl because the thing is,
yeah, which one specifically?
Specifically, I'm gonna have to go with Blossom. No, I'm gonna have to go
Buttercup.
Buttercup. Buttercup's my favorite. No, Buttercup is my absolute favorite. The problem is that I want someone who will strategically think, and Blossom is the strategic one. Like, I gotta have her on the team.
Buttercup's the muscle, though.
But she didn't listen to authority.
She doesn't listen.
But if it's just her, then she's the authority.
No, that's the thing. If Buttercup
We're building a team.
If Bubble, I don't trust Bubbles to do anything, but Buttercup, I swear to God, she's gonna be like, I don't care. She's gonna yeet herself out of existence. That's what's gonna happen because she just doesn't give a shit.
So, is any character on the table for this, or just good guys?
Seems like
you can do bad guys.
Trigon.
You're fucking Trigon?
Fucking
we were
Trigon.
talking about not God level characters. You're literally talking about the anti-God. Trigon's like the most powerful evil entities in the multiverse.
Yeah, and he'll totally fucking make light work of these temporal shits and black holes. He'll just be like, yeet, it's gone. We can walk on this fucking planet now. Let me bend reality. We're done.
Oh, that's so silly. Like, I'll just pick
my God.
Krishna.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, Scarlet Witch would be a good one.
Shit.
We can't bring anyone that's not godlike because there's fucking black holes and gravity's all fucked up.
There's time where gravity's fucked up. Sometimes you float. Sometimes you feel a little pressure.
So we need godlike people who can fly and change the fucking atom itself to fix things.
So why not just Ant-Man?
Fucking Zatanna. How about Zatanna Zatara?
Zatanna's rad.
Nah, she's not god tier, but she's still powerful.
Yeah, she can get beat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change mine to Batman so I can just see himself yeet himself into a black hole.
I mean, how much prep time does he have? If you give him a week ahead of time, he'll be fine. If you give him a week ahead of time, he will be better. He is god tier ahead of time. Like Batman with prep time is god tier. Batman regular is just a good fighter. I'm gonna go a totally different direction than you all. I'm gonna pick Hunter S. Thompson. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to get fucked up. I'm going to take every drug I possibly can. And I'm going to walk through differentiating gravity wells and feel crazy. And me and him are going to talk about the nature of the universe, have an existential crisis, probably get crushed by the crushing weight of both the universe and a gravity well, and most likely die. But die high out of my mind on payout.
How are you going to do the job you're supposed to do?
There's no job.
There's a job.
There's a job. We're supposed to be.
All right. Well, did you put me on a hell planet? I don't want to do the job.
We're minors.
I quit. I lose. I don't like this planet, and I don't like this. I'm going to get high as fuck with Hunter S. Thompson. I'm going to write a book about it. And I'm going to write a book about how my boss is an asshole. And I'm going to end up. Who wins here?
Why not just get fucking Bruce Willis from Armageddon? At least then, like, you have someone who can drill.
But he's such an asshole, and he reminds me of my actual dad. So no.
What about Michael Clark Duncan? He was in that too, or Steve Buscemi, or just anyone on that cast for that matter.
Just Steve Buscemi as Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, with no extra skills, just him, the actor. We just kick it. He could hang out with me and Hunter S. And I'd be down. There's enough mescaline to pass around. It'll be fine.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce a new aspect into this because I think it's important, and that's creatures and monsters and bestiaries. So I'm gonna introduce essentially a gravity horror worm to a gravity horror worm. Yes. So imagine a worm that can travel time and space, and this just happens to be the home of all these worms. Like there are literally just hundreds of these little like big assholes on the planet. And the reason
Tremors?
Like Tremors, but worse because they can go through time and space and gravity. Space Tremors. Why is that not a movie? They already did everything else.
Because they're too busy making the 15th Octopussy movie.
What the fuck did you just say?
Octopussy.
That's not a thing.
It
It's
is
a
now.
James Bond movie.
No, it's a Bond movie from like the 70s,
Maybe
but there's
did-
not 15 of them. You're talking about Sharknado, not Octopussy.
Does it matter?
I mean, now it's Octonado versus Sharkpussy. Like, whatever, I'm down.
So okay, we
That
got
sounds like a Pornhub original series.
I would watch it, first of all. It'd be my favorite movie.
With that being said, now we have these like Dune-like sandworms kind of jumping through time and space to kind of eat you peoples. Do you remain with the same crew or do you change your opinions?
What's the name of the guy from My Hero Academia who can call to animals and the little thingies? Not Sugar Rush, the other guy.
I know. He's like the least important My Hero
So
character.
whatever guy from My Hero Academia on Class A who can call to the bugs, I want to
Yells at
see if he
animals.
could control them.
Can we roll a d20 for that?
I
Anyone
will
got-
roll a d20 for that. I got
Is
one
this an
right
animal
here. You
handling
think I
check
don't
right
got one?
now?
Animal
I got a
handling.
15 on the die.
Yeah, he's at least like a +5.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, he definitely gets to talk to these worm things.
Please don't eat my friends.
I'll switch up to Leto Atreides, son of Muad'Dib, soon to be the God Emperor of Dune. Becomes like a sandworm creature, and I could just like live in his healing spice womb, and then gain foresight while my buddy drives me around the planet. Doesn't give a shit about anything. And that's a Herbert Frank cut.
That's
I'm gonna change my answer to Beetlejuice. Makes complete sense. Beetlejuice,
in
baby.
any scenario, it's great. I'm down with Beetlejuice in any situation.
I'm gonna choose whoever it's Dave Bautista, right? The guy who plays Drax. But in that new like zombie movie, so whatever the fuck his character is, that one where like it's like zombie Las Vegas, that
What are
heist
you
movie that's
talking
coming
about?
out. Yo,
There's
I
a
can't-
zombie heist movie because that
yeah, there's
sounds
a fucking
awesome.
zombie heist
I
movie
don't
that's
doubt
coming
that.
out. Yeah.
Are zombies doing the heist or being heisted?
No, they're being heisted. So there's like the entire city of Las Vegas is turned into like a dead zone, and there's this like merry band of people that get put together. They're like, there's a like bajillion dollars underneath this casino in Las Vegas,
That's pretty funny,
and
actually.
you gotta fight through all these zombies to get into the safe, bro. And they're like, yeah, we got our guns. I saw the trailer the other day, and I was like,
we got our guns.
yeah, but like the zombies are actually sentient and they have like a leader and everything, so it's not just like The Walking Dead where they're like
It's more like I Am Legend zombies. Those guys.
yeah, more like
That
I Am
was a
Legend
scary
zombies.
I
But yeah,
missed that.
so whatever Dave Bautista plays in that movie, I'm taking. He has just like the biggest gun in that trailer, and I'm like, that's the guy I want to take to this redonkulous planet with the giant worms, so he can just blow them all up.
I'm gonna watch that happen for you.
Yes.
While I'm riding my space worm and tripping balls with Honesto.
See, what's going to end up happening, Shannon's going to use this BFG 9000. She's going to like blow a hole in a gravity well, and it's going to turn into this massive black hole, and we're all fucking dead anyway.
Yeah, it's what I wanted.
Lols.
May I be excused from the death?
Only if you can like pull like a Goku thing where you kind of like yeet yourself off the planet like before it blows up.
You're like, get some Dragon
Instant
Balls,
transmission.
push me back.
Dimension door. Go.
You know Vegeta can instant transmission now? What a douche. He learned
Man,
the
if only we had a
superpower.
conclave
He had
door.
to. Here's the thing, like, I mean, I wanna save that argument for another time because, like, you know, when we talk about Goku versus Vegeta, that's just such a fucking. It's such a.
You will tickle my anime strings right there with that argument.
I kind of want to play with, like, I know we're doing like a super fight sort of thing. We have a segment kind of lined up eventually to do that. Maybe that will be like our round one.
That would be a great. I mean,
I love super fight.
What if we did like a super fight kind of tournament? Would it, like we each pick like 5 people,
like a March Madness thing,
like make up like a March Madness thing about them. And so each week we kind of do like 1 or 2 battles on each side, or we do one battle on each side until we work our way up to the top.
I fucking love it. Let's do it.
Yeah, so all of us send in 5. Kyle, you as well. So everybody send in like 5 people. We'll set it up. Was that 25 people? How many are in March Madness? 26, 28.
You watch basketball?
I know.
Dude, I'm a fucking nerd. I don't know shit.
I'm gonna say I've never.
I worked
seen
at
you
bars.
watch
Like
basketball.
I have to kind of know every sport. I have to lie, at least enough to lie about it. You know how many times I've had to tell people like, "Oh my god, I love the A's," because to get a tip. Like I think that's a baseball team.
Wow, I love your current sport.
Exactly. Like I've had a cousin in every state.
ball.
Also, if people are listening, is every bartender's lied to you 100 times.
Duh.
And they're like, "Oh my god, no, I was just in Nebraska. I have a friend in Nebraska. How was it? Was it awesome?" Like,
I find you really attractive. Why do you ask?
yeah. No. You were fine. You didn't do anything wrong. You did. You suck. Like.
No, like, who cares about your kid at home anyway? You're fine. Just keep drinking.
But yeah, no, I was March Madness, superheroes style, super fight style.
Yes. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next segment. We're jumping into Celebrity D&D, and because May the 4th is indeed with us, and you, and also you, we're going with Harrison Ford. The OG Scruffy Nerfherder. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The more I thought about this, the more I wasn't sure where he was going to land. He's like,
Sure?
Are you sure?
I feel like there's like
Yeah.
no, like, because like I think of like not like I don't just think of Han Solo. I think of like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. Like he's such a grumpy fucking bastard of a person, and that just falls into so many categories.
Yeah. Looking at his IMDb, he has a credit for this movie called Water to One, where he played Jethro the bus driver.
Hey man, we all have to start somewhere.
That was in 2004.
Okay. I take it back. Start somewhere. That was in 2004.
Like the last thing I remember from him is he was with that magician dude. And he pulled
What?
Yeah, okay. So he did a video with this magician dude. I don't remember his name, but he's super famous. And he pulls out like a card from an orange, and he just looks at him and is like, "Get the fuck out of my house." Like, he was so just mind blown. He's just like, "Get the fuck out of my house." I'm just like,
Well, he is. I mean, he's notoriously grumpy. Like, and it's super fun. Like, anytime you see him, like he's kind of renowned for it. Like, I like that he's known as being like, he's just a sort of grumpy dude, does his own thing. Like on camera, the dude is charisma, like made legend. However, like outside of camera, he's like, I just want to build shit and be alone. I don't really like people. Like, he's a man from my own heart.
And let's say if Zach was famous, that's where that's the end state for you. I feel like that's what
100%. He's my final form. He's my final evolution.
So, okay. Grumpy bastard with a trigger finger and can fly. So what?
There's a swashbuckler,
Yeah,
rogue
swashbuckler.
class.
100%.
Like, that's and like they're made to be like either like pirate captains or sort of like they can also be like thieves or like sort of mastermind architects kind of thing. Like they have like all kinds of shooting bonuses. They're good at close combat.
And it's like a
They're
rogue
usually
and a
really
fighter at the
tricky.
same time.
Yeah, it's a rogue fighter combo.
Yeah, that works. My question is, why has he never actually been a pirate in any movie ever? I feel like there's a
he doesn't got that face, man. Typecasting.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's a missed opportunity there. So
I mean,
Doesn't hit the
has he
mark.
never? Like, are we sure he has?
he's never been a pirate in a movie.
I mean, he's a space pirate.
I mean,
that is very good call.
Yeah. Yes,
Uh-huh.
but
Yes, Sam just got shut down. Did you see how sad he looked?
yes, but we're talking like on the high seas.
I'm talking real pirates.
Just because he's not like a real pirate doesn't mean he's not a pirate of the space.
Well, also keep in mind, the swashbuckler doesn't. It's just the classes. The swashbuckler is more of like they're fighting martial class. The point is just him being a rogue. Like they're intelligent, they're dexterous. Like They are good at talking. They're sneaky. And this also gives into like a sort of alternative Indiana Jones kind of style. Because what me and Katie were talking about beforehand is what if he were this person who he like used to work at a school where he's like professor, archaeologist of some sort. And then either he got sort of disgraced or something happened. And then he sort of fell into this life of now he like steals national treasures and like sacred relics. And he's this like, and he like peddles crazy things on the black market.
He's got a plus
and he's
one
become like a rogue, but he has a
one
background as like sage or scholar or some shit. And now he's like, he's
got a Sasquatch sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
God. It's a bugbear that just travels along with him.
Bugbear.
I love that so much. But so that was what our first thought was to have him be this sort of like peddler of rare goods. And that would put him like sort of on the wrong side of the law, but he also like, he knows a lot of people like reach out to him if they need to find relics or find like ancient sites or different things.
Some might say he's a pirate.
Some might say he caught the attention of a princess long ago, but couldn't make it work.
Oh my God, yes. Shannon, what do you think? Where do you sit on old Harry?
I don't know. I feel like
Right
Swashbuckler turned smuggling merchant is kind of like where I'd put him as. Like me, he's like a has-been swashbuckler. Like he still's got the fight in him if anybody tries to like square up. He's like retired. He's a retired pirate, but he's also like a shady merchant, you know? He still does a little bit on the down low, but you know, like he's a little older. He has his friend, he still travels around. He wants to see the country before he dies. And he wants to also get away from his ex-wife, who may or may not have been a princess, who's on his heels, trying to rope him into some crazy schemes with revolutions and shit. And he didn't want to do that.
And a super old king that's like his also like arch nemesis too, which is like why he like kind of got married to her like pretty much out of spite, you know?
Oh man, no one's ever done that.
I would say, I mean, if you were at odds with a it's right there. I'll get it in 2 seconds. If you were at odds with a king, I would say he might have like, so he got the princess, and then he pulled an Indiana Jones and like stole like their ancient treasure. Or like maybe like it was like something involved in the kingdom, or maybe like part of her like dowry or something. And that was the only way he could get it.
I can just see it. I can just see it now. So I stole your shit, banged your daughter. Is there anything else you want to give me while you're at it? It seems like the kind of.
If he's like in a side quest, he might need like if he's like an NPC or if he's a playable character, depends. But there needs to be a quest of his where he has to go and ask for her help, so she can have the line from Indiana Jones. Insert Harrison Ford. How'd I always know you're gonna come back crawling back through my door? I need that. I need it.
Absolutely. I think and he also
Leia and Marion.
Men are predictable.
I'm all about that. Because he can also like he can kind of be sort of like a punchy like comedy character in a lot of ways, because he also like gets his ass kicked all the time. Like he doesn't win a lot.
Smiles afterwards.
Yeah, he's like full of good stories. I mean, he's covered in scars. He knows how to take a punch. He's my final form. So, okay, we have this Cavalier dude, which I think is kind of one of our first Cavalier type characters. We've made a lot of psychopaths, we've made a lot of mercenaries. We just haven't had someone who's just like
actual Elon Musk.
Actual Elon Musk, like literal Elon Musk. We've never actually had someone who's just like this like Cavalier, fight you in a bar and rough and tumble kind of character, I feel like, yet.
Who's also a good guy sometimes.
Yeah. Heart of gold.
Aww.
Asshole with a heart of gold.
Oh, just like
we really do. We always go like really big. It's kind of nice having like a couple like characters that we can utilize, because most of our characters, like getting them in is like in-game quest shit. I mean, going after Elon Musk and his like Lotus Trap facility, that's bananas. Like we have like gods and these crazy like
Rick Moranis
generals. Yeah, and we got a bunch of like creepers, like weird people that are sort of like in the ether of what is real and isn't real. But with this guy, like he's a ground level character.
Yeah, this is the type of character who doesn't even believe in magic. He's just like, what? Some magician on the street? Who gives a shit? He
doesn't believe in magic in the D&D universe. People are literally like, hey, dude, here's a fireball. I'm literally making a fireball, and he's like, nah, it's a trick. Nah, that's a hard sell there, Sam.
No, but that's I think that's what gives him a very unique charm. He doesn't think that magic it's all tricks, wires, mirrors, and all sorts of shit. It'd be super fucking funny.
Milton, stop it. Sorry, Milton's fighting the table. He's in an actual fight. He's Harrison Fording our desk.
Tell him he has to roll for initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative. Oh, he got a nat 1. He looked at us with such a sad face.
He looks I've never got such puppy eyes. Oh my God. We haven't fed him yet, so he's being bitchy.
Oh, -2 to Constitution.
But I like that. And what would you want to do with him in our this giant campaign full of crazy characters? How would you like to slot him in? What would you want to see him as? If I'm going to run a game, would you want him as a friend, a player?
I see him as essentially a transpo NPC. Basically, he'd be the guy oh, I need a ship, and he's the guy with the ship, basically.
Yeah.
And he sits there and he travels to and from. Maybe you have some side missions on some islands with I don't know.
I give him a port and sigil.
A what?
Give him a port and sigil, so he's got a home base for people to find him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's the quintessential I've got a guy.
Yeah.
For every situation, I've got.
He's on the good side and the bad side. So no matter what, you got a guy.
You can call him. You're just like, hey man, I'm really looking for phylactery crystals, and he's like, I'll figure it out. Give me 1 week, and I'll get you a crystal. Also, that's not what Harrison Ford sounds like. That's gonna be my Harrison Ford. We play. Here we go. I'm gonna do it again.
So why do you sound like Watto?
I don't know. That's just what came out of my face.
So
I didn't plan it.
That gives us essentially 2 other. We now have 3 merchant class type characters. We have him. We've got Shaquille O'Neal. And
what?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And we've got Slimy
as a merchant.
Yes, we do.
Dude, he
owns basketballs.
He owns so many Papa Johns. Do you not know? He owns so many Papa Johns.
And we have Slimy. And we have Slimy Casino Baby Wallace Shawn as our dark merchant dealer. So he obviously knows these 2 people at least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what does he think of these people, though?
I think he works for them. Again, he's the I got a guy. So when they are getting shit, I think they call him. He's the dude who will do the road transport. He's like a D&D trucker. He's just always around, always doing shit, always on the road, always with a new person, a new group of friends.
He knows people.
Yeah.
I think Harrison Ford's bugbear bestie is friends with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And they all play cards or something.
Yeah, I dig that.
I just see him, I don't answer questions. I just get stuff. What the fuck do you want?
I feel that.
I dig it. Although, after this conversation, I'm realizing we're going to have to go back. Someday, one of us is going to have to listen to all of these once again and make a spreadsheet of all these characters. And we need to put it on somewhere where we can all see, because there's so many characters now. And we need to keep track of all these things.
Do you have a princess yet?
We have Stevie Nicks, goddess of the forest.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's Queen Witch. We have the ultimate Queen Witch.
Mm-hmm. We also have the Kanye West Murder Choir. We have.
We do have the Kanye West Murder Choir.
Yeah. What the fuck is the Kanye West Murder Choir?
Why don't you listen to episode 7 and find out?
Yeah, but all the Kardashians in this world, they live on an island with Kanye West, and they're his sirens. And they sing songs to murder people, and he runs this little island. He's a bard, warlock, and a fucking monster person.
Yep. We have literal Elon Musk. He just got warped to this place. He's trying really hard to get the fuck out.
From Tesla, PayPal, Elon Musk, just in the D&D world exactly as he is now.
That's so weird.
It's great. It's the best thing ever.
Oh my God.
We have what's his name? Rick Moranis, who Stevie Nicks is absolutely in love with. Who else?
Do you have Jeff Goldblum somewhere in there?
Oh no, we don't.
Jeff Goldblum.
Next week, only on Chuckle Sluts.
Yes, we do. We do have Robin Williams, and we just did.
Mickey Rourke.
We have Mickey Rourke, and then we just did one last week that was fucking awesome, and I can't recall who it was.
We didn't do last week.
No, the episode prior.
Yeah.
God, what was his name? Opposite Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Travolta?
No, like in energy, like he's the anti Nick Cage.
I can't remember. I remember talking about this, but
Yeah,
because we decided to do Nick Cage after that because we were like, oh, he's the same thing. I don't know. Either way, point being,
we're gonna write these down.
Yeah, we need to make like a spreadsheet because eventually I'm gonna have to run a campaign with all these people.
Yes,
and we have like 30 of them now.
Can I be Stevie Nicks?
You can play a character where you interact with Stevie Nicks. Because like the characters they're gonna be like NPCs or like people that are involved.
Oh.
For the most part.
She's like,
she's a god. You can't play a god. Yeah.
Oh, William Dafoe. That's who the fuck it was.
It was Dafoe.
Oh yeah,
that's who it was.
The like
he was our little goblin. He was a half goblin,
half elf, half goblin, because that's what he looks like.
Yeah, because he's a disgustingly gross, beautiful man.
He's an
in
ugly,
the weirdest
handsome.
way.
He's an ugly, handsome man, is what he is.
Pretty ugly.
He is. It's so
he's
weird.
like the boogeyman. He's scary.
Yeah.
But Marilyn Manson's scarier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was great. I'm so glad we finally have like kind of like the most down to earth character, maybe outside of Rick Moranis, that we have. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our final segment of the night, which is the hills we die on.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for those who aren't aware of the hills we die on, this is all the little itty bitty annoying things that absolutely, unequivocally piss us off.
There's so many.
Yes. There are so many things, an infinite amount of things that just make me want to shove someone by the face to the wall and just say, why are you like this? I think I'll go first on this one. So for mine, so for me, I'm a very fast person. I do things with a sense of speed and urgency. So I hate slow people. Like, I hate people who drive slow. I hate people who walk slow on the sidewalk. I hate people who just do things slowly. Like, why does it take you?
Old people.
No, I mean old people. Notwithstanding, just people who just take their time.
That's not an ADD psychopath, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, you know, if it takes you like 20 minutes to make a sandwich, how are you still living? Like, sloth people, I can't.
A really good sandwich.
It better be like the best goddamn sandwich in the universe if it takes 20 minutes to make. But, you know, for me, and I know this is more of a personal thing than a general issue of a thing, but I have places to be. I have things to do. And if you're in my way, I would like you to get out of it, please.
No way, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Dude, there's been some times where like maybe I'm at like Disneyland. Disneyland is the worst example of slow people.
Yes.
I agree. Because
worst example or the best example?
Best and worst example simultaneously.
Literally, you'll be walking and like trying to get to Space Mountain, Haunted Mansions or whatever, and people just plant it without any warning because people don't come with blinkers or brake lights. They just plant it with their triple wide fucking stroller, and you almost run. You sometimes do run the fuck into them because you're walking so fast. They're walking at a similar pace, and then they're just like planted, and you're like, oh shit.
Zach and I have a game for that. We run through and Zach goes behind me and I go really fast. When I turn, he goes, meow.
I make racing noises and Katie runs through. So then when people get mad at us, but they hear me and I'm just like,
it's really
people
funny.
are just like, what the fuck are these two autistic kids doing? And we have a blast. But I do totally agree. They're one of the worst things on earth. It happened a lot when I was in college. Like, you know, when you're like late for something or even that or like in a store or something, and there's like a thin lane or like there's too many people in it and you're just stuck behind someone who's going super slow and you're trying to get around them, but there's no real good way to get around. So you just have to walk behind them at their speed.
Real slow.
And then like the hate inside you builds up until it becomes a Lovecraftian beast and you could kill them and eat them and devour their fucking whole universe.
Every piece.
Oh, I hate it so much.
So I actually have a great fucking story about something like this. So at LMU,
that place.
Everyone is slow there. In fact,
yeah.
Shannon can attest. I would have a skateboard with me wherever I went because fuck walking that place. And And there was one point in time where I was getting chased down by P-Safe on their segways.
Nice.
What?
Yeah, because okay, so they had a rule at one point where it's like you can't skate down the middle of LMU or you get like a ticket or whatever. So I'm doing that. I'm heading my way down towards U-Haul, which it's like super downhill and there's a lot of people everywhere and they're a bunch of assholes. And I'm literally like, get the fuck out the way. And P-Safe starts coming after my ass. And the thing is, there's like a narrow part where there's a bridge, and on this bridge they have these little stoppers to make sure you can't go fast. And I'm like straight up just fucking 30, 40 miles an hour just trying to get past these barriers because they can't get through. And they thought they could catch me, and they didn't, and they straight up slammed themselves right into the fucking barriers. And I just see the dude just...
That sounds like a scene from like a sitcom.
It really was, and I turn around and I look, and I just see the mid-flight section of him just going, and no, he got the last laugh though because I'm still going 40 miles down a bridge where there's glass and stuff, and there's a bunch of people here in the way, so I'm literally like playing DMV Ultimate Nightmare Edition, trying not to hit anybody. Yeah, well, and what ends up happening is I decided to sacrifice myself, essentially, hit the side of the bridge, pray to God I don't fall over the fucking bridge because it's like a 2-story drop. And I got really lucky. But I caught the thing just in time. But basically, the long and short of this story is I hate slow people. I will go to that lengths to not deal with slow people.
That's why they got express lanes.
I'm on that hill. I do accept though that there is a grass is greener really hard for some slow people. Like in the same way that like really dumb people or like really ignorant folk, to where like you kind of look at them and they just have no care in the world. It's like, man, I'm every day just a basket of anxiety. And part of the reason I'm so hurried is because I'm so afraid that I'm going to be late to something or not finish something. And like these people that are slow, you look at them, they're like, I don't have a care in the world. I'm like, whoa, how are you just okay?
Well, the sky's blue. There's no rain hitting my head.
I don't know why you're hurrying.
Why are you hurrying?
Well, the thing is, we Hollywood people, we're conditioned at this point. It's simply that we're just conditioned to just move, and so
we're in survival mode.
I've never heard. I know it didn't mean to be, but we sound so pretentious. Us Hollywood folk, we live like faster lives than all you simpletons.
It's not. No, it's not even like that. It's just literally we have to move so much faster for literally no reason. We just have to because we're a hurry up and wait industry. You know, we're
slow down, you die. Like,
yeah.
Everyone's here a week from homeless. Like it all looks glitzy and glamsy on the TVs, but we all are afraid of being homeless tomorrow.
Yeah, and the thing is, everyone's like, "What have you done for me lately?" And that was like 10 seconds ago. You know, so you always have to be proving yourself. You always have to be moving. You always have to have some new project in the works. And you know, like I'm working like 3 or 4 jobs right now just to keep up with that kind of life, and it sucks. But back to the point. Don't be slow in my way because I don't do slow at all.
Yeah. Have I talked about people comparing me to other people yet?
So you don't like the Miss Maisel thing?
No, it's when people fucking compare me to people who don't look anything like me, and also this person I consider very ugly. So it's happened to me multiple times in my life, so I'm not going to name drop because I don't want to get sued, but there's this girl who I was friends with who I found out through time that I should not have hung out with her at all because she's just not a nice person and very annoying throughout high school. But because we were both pale and had similar colored hair, everyone started getting us confused, even though I thought we looked nothing alike. And that started my utter rage when people are like, doesn't this look like so-and-so? Like pulls up a picture of ugly ass cousin. And I'm like, that's not me. Like, you think I look like this? You think I look like... And I'm like, because Miss Maisel, beautiful. I like that. When people are like, oh, you look like Scarlet Witch. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate this. But when someone pulls up like a personal picture of someone who looks like a thumb and they're like this, aren't they exactly the same person?
You're more than a thumb. You're like the pointer finger.
That's cute.
Love you, Shannon.
Like clearly, like, you know, I read this thing where like your perception of yourself and how you see yourself is like that's all you. Everyone else sees you as like different. And your idea of your own persona and even your whole personality is all up in here. Everyone perceives you differently. The way you think you are is not how you actually are. And I like
okay. I have very high standards.
Oh, okay, cool.
Katie, you're gorgeous. But yeah, it's just like when people just are like, they tell me I look exactly like somebody. And also when people go to lengths where I'm like, I don't see it. They're like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, no, I do. I don't look like this person.
But look at it. But look at it. Yeah,
it just makes me really pissed off because I have a lot of like self-image issues and I don't need to like, you know, thank you for trying to like make me feel better that I look like part of your family or something, random person. But do you know this person? You look just like her. Shut up.
I think the one thing I get pissed off at the most is people tell me I laugh like Seth Rogen sometimes. I hate it.
Well, you should stop laughing like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I don't even like do anything like it. It's just like, I don't know. It just started one day and then I couldn't not hear myself not doing it. Like
I can't unhear it now.
Now I can't.
I can't unhear it. It's there now.
Oh, I hate all of you.
Oh no!
Not enough. We would have never thought about it.
We never would have thought about it. Never.
Oh shit!
It happens. That is, I mean, that's one of it's like the red car thing. Where it's like if you get a red car, you see red cars everywhere. It's much like that when someone calls something out about you. Do you ever get in like a feedback loop to where if someone's just like, "Hey, you laugh like that," and then like every moment of your life you start doing it, you're like, "I stop." Or if someone goes, "Oh, you have a weird like vocal tick," you say like "but before every sentence. And then it gets in your brain like the number 23 and you've just been incepted and it sticks with you forever and you can't stop.
Like when I say now,
all the time.
Dude, that was a great movie and it's so underrated. I kind of hate that. I know it's like such a weird tangent.
Heavy segue, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the movie 23.
It's super cool. And it's a good point. I mean, it's a movie about fixation and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like you get fixated on like a flaw that you have and you can't stop thinking about it. I do that shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yes, yeah. I am definitely on that hill. Zach, what do you got?
I got two.
Oh my god, me too. I got
two. Do you want to do an anime one or a real life one?
Let's go real life, Z's.
Real life one. Why in America do I have to do my own taxes? So I fell down a hole about this recently. America's the only country that doesn't just send you a fucking bill. And I know why. It's because companies like Intuit pay the government to make us do that shit. And they make us because they want to have companies that we have to pay to do the taxes. But there's no reason. The IRS, if you mess up one digit on your taxes, the IRS is like, nah, we already got the number. You wrong, bitch. So why can't you just send me the number? You already know what I did. I pay all the money. Why will you not do it? It makes me insane. And I just recently fell into this. I saw like a TikTok maybe or like a YouTube video. I don't know. I'm high sometimes and I forget stuff. But whatever it started me down a deep rabbit hole to where like I did some research in other countries and like it's not even like we're not like a part of an old system. This is a novel idea.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like even when you hear about like back in the days, like the tax collector would come around and the old UK hills, man, and they would just show them, they'd be like, you owe me 10 gold crowns. And like, that's just what you fucking owed. And that's what should happen here. They should just send you a number at the end of the year and be like, hey, by the way, you either get a check or you owe me a check. That's it. Why do I hate it so much. And now I haven't stopped thinking about it for weeks. It's been stuck in my head and I'm so angry about it.
Yeah, I'll die on that hill. I mean, it just costs us money. Like the reason the government doesn't give a shit because it doesn't cost them money.
Lobbyists. No people make money on it. Corporations. There's billion-dollar corporations that every American has to pay to do the taxes with them. Yeah,
they make money. But like in terms of the government, they're like, it doesn't cost us any money, and we can also sue them for money if they're wrong. Sure, we'll do that. It's
a bracket. We live in the bracket land. We're all playing racquetball.
Money.
We gotta go for some lightning round this. Freckle Hobo, what do you got for us hill to die on?
Good thing. It's easy and simple. Last time I was on here was about sauce. This time I'm on here, it's about everything orange flavored. Fuck orange flavored everything except for orange soda. Everything else can suck a dick. My mother used to give me these goddamn chocolate oranges in our stockings every year. And you want to know why? And she confessed it to Zach earlier. She said, oh yeah, no, I know she hated them. I bought them so she'd give them to me because then I could just get them and then I wouldn't get in trouble by your dad because he told you not to buy any for yourself. I was like, Mom, what? Wait, ew.
That's just another racket.
It's so gross.
I was about to serve up a huge level of indignation, but I get it. I get it. Okay.
I can do some orange flavored stuff.
I like orange flavored things.
I love orange flavored.
I like those orange chocolate balls.
No, I do.
I like the orange
I think
chocolate.
they're tasty.
I like the ones that are shaped like an orange that come out in wedges.
That's what it is.
Press it down in the wedges.
Yeah.
I loved it. Because no one's on your hill, Katie.
That's fine. I'll die up here with the breeze while you die.
See, I think orange starbursts are nasty, so I will agree with that one. But I really like orange jelly beans. I was an orange jelly bean person. I love the jelly beans.
The only thing orange that I hated was Tic Tac orange because they tasted.
Yeah, those are nasty.
No, those are nasty because it tasted like a medicine that I was like severely allergic to. Same flavor, I just couldn't. And but yeah, no, like orange. Otherwise, orange everything. Just put it.
What about Duck L'Orange?
Ew, orange flavored Tez is disgusting. Orange flavored gum is disgusting.
Orange flavored toothpaste.
There are a lot of nasty orange flavored things.
Why would you do that?
No, actually, that's
why
disgusting.
would you put toothpaste in? Oh, that makes no. You can't even have orange juice and toothpaste in the same mouth. Why would you do that?
You want to hear something weird? I like that. I like the taste of that. I'm weird. I do. Fight me. I don't know why. I'm a weird
dogs. Fuck off, man. What are you doing?
But it's one of the few things that I can die on that hill, and I know no one else is gonna. Anyway, this sounds like a good spot to wrap things up. Shannon, where can we find you in the world?
You can find me starting again finally on May 10th. I will be back on Twitch at Shani Bees, hopefully with a actual stream scheduled this time. Internet if it works this time. Also, I'm on Crown of the Feywilds every Sunday. We're having a special episode this coming Sunday, but this is coming out a week later, so it'll be past then.
Okay, it's every Sunday anyway.
Every Sunday at 11 a.m., but maybe not this Sunday. I don't know. But yeah, I dress up as an elf. And I'm trying to get a girlfriend who may also be an elf. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, we have fun. That's on YouTube for all the other past episodes. I'm also on TikTok at Shani Bees as well. And I'm here on Chuckle Slots.
Zach, where can we find you in the world?
I'm around.
Around.
You can't find me many places. I'm on Instagram at zclap1. And then I'm making a bunch of content, which hopefully you'll see soon. That's about it. So
he's the one that lives under the rock.
Yeah. I also just cracked my fucking elbow on the floor and I can't feel my arm.
He did.
Just breaking up a stupid goddamn dog fight. My dogs are idiots.
It's a busa.
Sorry. My elbow hurts a lot.
And Freckle Hobo, where can we find you in the world?
Hi, I'm Freckled Hobo. You can find me everywhere at Freckled Hobo, except for Twitter, because I locked myself out of that and I don't care anymore. It's Freckled_Hobo. I am the DM for the Feywild campaign that Shani's in, where she plays Emirae, and I am the Dungeon Mama. You can find us every Sunday on Freckled Hobo for twitch.tv at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I also play a game on Mondays at Dragons and Dreamers for twitch.tv at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will be creating one for a Alice in Borderlands type theme. If anyone is interested and would like to play, that goes to all of you here as well. As long as you play and know how to play, you can contact me. And Zach hasn't said anything, I'm sure, but in a little little bit over a month, we will be finally releasing the project that we've been working on for like almost a year and a half. Yeah, just it's coming. Becoming Famous is coming, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. You can find me at SlammySammyLock on the Instagrams. You can find me at SlammySammyLock on Twitter. You can find me at SammyLock on TikTok when I do TikTok-y things sometimes. You can find me at Steam Bunny Productions where I do funny things less than I used to. But with everything opening up, more content will hopefully be made. You can find me here at Chuckle Sluts, and you can find Chuckle Sluts pretty much everywhere. If you type us into your search engine, we are the first thing that pops up. With that,
oh, gee, I wonder why.
Can't imagine why. So original. With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Because without you, the audience, this is not worth doing. We will see you next week with a brand spanking new, freshly minted episode, and maybe I'll wear pants for that one. Till
Just
then,
wear pants, no shirt, man.
Hey, Donald Duck it, baby.